Hello and welcome to Shop Man in the Shed, Annie Pete. Hope you're all well. So, coming this week then, by the end of the week, we will have a Premier League preview set up. We are going to go and get this done. I will have my Premier League predictions for who is going to win the Premier League, all the positions, and who will get relegated, and the Champions League positions, and Europa League, and Conference League, and all those other places. I will give my predictions and see how we get on at the end of the season. That'll be exciting. Also going to do current transfer market rumours, all those sort of things, leading us up to the first weekend of action. Then I'm going to be in Cornwall, so it won't be too much, but I will get at least a quick updated one done after the first couple of games, see where we are then, and then after that we can go back to normal, doing a proper weekly review. But I've also been thinking, right, we've got to get ourselves out there a bit more and get some more YouTube subscribers. How are we going to do that? Well, the most popular sort of viewer I have, because I can check, is nearly 25% of my viewers are American. So what are we going to do? Well, we are going to try and be a little bit more American friendly. It's always fun. I love my mate Bill to have to do this, because the funny thing with him is he loves to slag off the Americans, which could be amusing. And obviously, with something like sport or politics potentially more than sport, is whichever side you choose. So, let's say in sport, I decide, all right, I'm going to go for the New York Giants. Well, even if I don't have a favourite American football team, if I was to possibly choose one, it would probably be Chicago Bears, because I don't know why, I've always liked the Chicago teams. I used to say, yeah, I like the Bears. Never ever watched American football, don't understand American football, don't really like American football. But this is the problem, Andy, okay, is you've got to understand where the audience is, and American football is by far the most popular in America when it comes to sport. So it goes NBL, then college football, then you've got baseball, which to me is basically rounders, and then it's basketball, and then it's ice hockey, or as they like to call it, hockey, because why wouldn't you? And then it's soccer, or as I would call it, football, because I'm white and obviously the Americans aren't, because what do they know? Anyway, so we are going to have to learn a little bit more about American sports. I have to say that my American sport knowledge is the WWE. I love watching wrestling. So, you know, I could talk hours about that, although some people say, hey, it's not real, It is real. It's just predetermined. There is a difference between something being real and something being planned. It's like saying, oh, EastEnders, it's not real, Yeah, no, it's not real. It's acting. But it's based on real things. Although, you do have to wonder about these people who don't realise that the WWE is real. So when someone takes, not so much in modern WWE, but if you go back to around the Attitude Era, if someone smacks you over the head with a chair, or you've got someone like Triple H with his what's it called, sledgehammer, someone hits you in the head with a sledgehammer, you're not getting up ever. But this is the thing, like I try to explain, is if you put your hand over the end of the sledgehammer, what's the point? And also, why would you hit it like that? Why wouldn't you give him a good swipe and knock the kajibas out of him. Probably because that'll kill him, and therefore you be done for murder. But that's not the point. So we are going to have to start learning and getting a bit more understanding about these American sports. So I am going to have can't guarantee it, don't know when the seasons are, but I look into American sports. I reckon 20 minutes a week should give me an idea. Might learn a few names, might even learn something. Not sure I'm going to understand what the hell, because even the scoring systems to me are quite alien. I get the scoring of American football, that's not really the issue. I think it's small sports which I'm not so familiar with. Baseball, for example. I also understand the basic scoring system, I think, from basketball. So it's two if you're in the whatever they call it, three if you're outside it, and I think it's a point for a penalty, if I'm correct. And I think I can work with that, because that's a basic scoring system for most sports, whereas baseball is a little bit more, let's call it crickety, a little bit more strange. What the hell does that mean, sort of thing. So yeah, that could be fun. Hockey, well, goals go on it, surely, but there are a lot of rules in there which I won't understand. So we're going to go on an adventure together, people. We're going to try and look at this and do a little history of a few clubs. I was in my Versus series. I will add a link to the Versus series so you can watch any of them. I was going to do a Yankees versus the Red Sox, but I didn't know a single thing about them, apart from once in Boston and once in New York, and their names are the Yankees and the Red Sox. But I think that is something that I might actually go with, is a little bit of the history of these clubs. And you know, these clubs are super important in America. I remember going to Central Park, and there was quite a lot of baseball fields there, so people can practice their baseball there. It seemed quite cool if you're into that sort of thing. Can't say personally I am, not really into that. And is softball a more intermediate version of baseball, and what I would call in the UK rounders? Is that what softball is? Anyone could help me there with the comments below, would be great. Obviously at the Olympics, the Americans didn't do too good, certainly the males this time. Is there also a female American football league, basketball league, baseball league? I don't know. I'm only asking questions. And also, another one. What does it matter if you're male or female at baseball? Why the fuck are you going in front of me, you dickhead? Come in front of me and then start breaking like a fucking retard. Oh, sorry, Mr. YouTube, didn't mean that. You bloody dicks, don't know what they're doing. Right, let's pull over, let's go behind this car. Really go that fast. So I understand, like with basketball, for example, the men will be more powerful, and I get that. But when it is a case of you hitting a ball to the pitcher, I suppose the pitcher could throw it too fast for a woman, or too hard or too powerful. I don't know. I think, I don't know if that would be really much of a problem. Obviously, with something like American football, you really don't want to be putting a 5'3" lady up against some 6'10" powerhouse, because that could be amusing, but potentially quite devastating for the lady if she gets hit by this giant of a man. They do get pretty damn big, these men, don't they? I think Pat McAfee is my favourite. He's the colour commentator on SmackDown. He would be the only one that I potentially recognise, because that's the thing with American sport. Okay, I'm going to come into it and I don't know what any of these look like. I don't really know the teams. I know a few names. I would say I know the Cubs are from Chicago, the Yankees are from New York, and the White Sox are from Boston, and I believe the Red Sox again are from Chicago. And is the New York Mets, is that also a baseball team? Not sure, but they're pretty much the ones I know. When it comes, I can't believe I'm going to be doing the basketball. I know that from the Netflix documentary The Last Dance, which was fantastic, by the way. Again, I'm not a basketball fan, never was a basketball match, not interested in basketball, but the Michael Jordan documentary was fantastic. And that shoe deal he got from Nike, wow, that'll do, won't it? I'll tell you one of them. Imagine that. You now make more money in a year than you did when you were playing, because so many people like to buy Jordans. Like, wow, well done you, mate, well done. That's certainly trying to sting out of being poor, didn't it, Michael? So again, I know a couple of basketball teams. I know New York have got one. Was it the Rangers? The New York Rangers, or are they ice hockey? I don't know. And obviously the Bulls are, well, that's probably the only one I really would know. American football, again, I don't really know many American football teams. I think there's a couple of New York teams, but it is a big place. There's the LA Rangers, or Raiders. Chicago Bears, I already mentioned them. The Dolphins, down off of Miami, the Dallas Cowboys, the Giants, famously the Giants, the 49ers, and there used to be the Washington Redskins, but apparently that's racist, so they took away the Redskins. But I personally thought it would be showing heritage to the place, but what do I know? Funny thing, racism, isn't it? That's not. The Packers, they're quite big, I believe. Like, how can you take offence from them? They were an American football team. You know, they were the Redskins for years. I didn't personally, I thought it was just American heritage, never saw it as racism personally, but what do I know? It doesn't really affect me being a white, middle-aged British man. It really, I wouldn't understand the political or the racial content of it, so can't say I'm really the right person to question that. But then you get to racism and you could say, well, the thing is, am I, as a middle-aged white man from the Britain, am I the right person to talk about racism? Well, I think if I talk about racism, and then you get people of different ethnic backgrounds talking about racism, hopefully eventually something is going to make people think, you know what, this isn't right. Because if we all sit and say nothing, then no one's going to care. Then the Washington Redskins will carry on being the Washington Redskins. That, you know, whatever race person you want to call them, however you call them, are going to continue to be that until someone says, no, don't call me that, that's racist. Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't realise, I just thought that's what we called you. And there is the problem, you see. People are ignorant to racism, and they don't see it in themselves as, oh no, I'm not racist, I just don't like certain people of certain colour. Well, that's racist then, isn't it? Surely you have basically just underlined absolutely what racism is. Oh, I don't like, sorry for the term, I don't like black people, or I don't like Chinese people. What, so you're telling me that the whole of one coloured skin type of person you dislike? You maybe didn't even know one Chinese man, but you've decided you don't like them. For what reason are you basing this? Apart from the fact that you're a jeffing racist bastard. Other than that, I don't really see one. So I'm sure one of the highlights of this, if you watch this, Mr. Dominique, is the driving bit where I believe I called someone a jeffing something. I can't remember exactly the words now, but I'm sure you will enjoy that part. So this has been your man in the shed talking about the future. Looks like we're going to go into American sports. Don't understand them, don't particularly like them, but you know, how hard can it be to learn? Not sure when I'm ever going to watch them though, because I never get time to watch sports because I'm either working, sleeping, or YouTubing. Occasionally might watch a bit of TV, but not too often, because we don't want to become boring, do we, people? Anyway, this is your man in the shed, NEP, and I am going to say see you pals now, because I am nearly at work. Have yourself a fantastic day wherever you are, whatever day it may be for you. For me, I am recording this on a Saturday morning, but that really doesn't matter, because you could watch this on a Friday evening, or you could watch it on a Wednesday afternoon, and you could be anywhere in the world as long as you can get the mighty YouTube. Probably don't have too many fans in Outer Mongolia, but who knows? If you are from Outer Mongolia, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. This has been your favourite idiot that's never in a shed. This is your man in the shed, NEP. Looking forward to a new season of Premier League. My first Premier League campaign vlogs are coming soon. As I say, I will give you my predictions. We will, at the end of the season, see how we got on. I will also do a Champions League, Europa League prediction, although Europa League depends on how other teams do, so we'll do two on them, because we'll do one after the Champions League finishes, and then we'll do FA Cup and League Cup as well, not that they really count for much, and we'll do a promotion and relegation from the other leagues, in case anyone really gives a damn about that. My team are actually in League One, which is the third tier of English football. Don't really understand why they bother with that, but there you go. Anyway, this is your man in the shed. Here we are, parked. Finally, have yourself a wonderful day, and see you pals.